Presentation in association with all WNY News Radio.
It's another week of the Nick and Dan Show, Season 2, bitches! Starring your hosts, Nick, and that lovable motherfucker, Dan. Not to mention myself, Carl Winslow. And featuring Think So Joe. On today's episode, Nick and Dan shoot the shit, because you know what else would they do? Scott Leffler of all WNY stops in and puts the boys on the couch. And there's a surprise at the end of the episode. Plus, aliens! You ready? Here we go.
Yeah, sitting behind this desk. You won't let me go home. I just want to shoot rubber bats at him now. I just want to go home. You shut up and do the intro. You're watching the Nick and Dan Show.
Do you want to eat?
Yes.
Then do the thing.
Nick and Dan Show, Season 2. Enjoy. Yeah. You won't even go. Gotcha.
Sup.
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 Dude. Sup.
Doug's famous subs.
Hey, buddy.
What up, motherfucker?
Nothing much, dude. I think this is the first time we've actually sat in film without having a guest. All season.
Yeah, probably.
You know? So, thoughts on this season so far? We're a little bit over halfway through. By the way, hi everybody. Welcome to Nick and Dan Show, where I drink beer and Dan drinks peach tea.
Arizona, man. We were talking about it with Leffler.
That's right, Cape Horn. Got it.
Cornholing.
Cornholing.
That's right. But I'm also on 2 wheels tonight, so I'm taking it a little easy on the beer.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So talk to me about Season 2, your thoughts so far.
I still don't know why we do this.
Because people keep watching.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You guys keep watching, so we keep doing it. As long as you're willing to tune in every week, we're going to keep giving you episodes. But we're over halfway through the season. I feel like we've had some fun this year.
I think so. We got this brand new space, which is very nice. Well, the brand new space, because the other space was brand new to us at the time.
It was.
That was also nice, but this is an upgrade.
This is much nicer.
Yep.
Any highlights of this season that you'd like to talk about?
Our private concert from the Scarecrow Show in Station Wagon was nice.
Those were both awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They really were. I think we've had some really nice musical guests on this year, actually.
We have, but those two stick out because they pretty much played the two of us full sets.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I wish we were able to air the rest of the Scarecrow Show's performance. I know because of restrictions and musical rights, we can't do most of it, but that was pretty amazing, everybody.
And it was nice to have Holka come in here and play for us.
That was a terrific time. That was a great interview.
It was.
I really enjoyed having him hanging around and just shooting the shit about music and everything.
The man is a wealth of knowledge.
He is. He is. I mean, he's no Carl Winslow in regards to Dino Erotica, but...
No.
You know what? If anything, he would be, to music, what Carl is to Dino Erotica.
So you're saying that Holka is to music what Scott Leffler is to Blue Waffles?
That's exactly what I said.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
What he said.
He said it. You're going to see it.
You're gonna. I apologize in advance. But I don't. Not at all.
We don't really give a shit.
Yeah, we don't care. In case that hasn't been apparent yet. But I feel like we've had good structure this year. You know, what we call structure.
Yeah, I guess the loosely based sort of boundaries we left ourselves.
That we just kind of completely obliterated as time went on.
Yeah, I think pretty much the only rule that's still standing is no crotch shots.
I mean, that rule did get broken, though.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, a couple of episodes back, we drove out to Lockport to join friends of ours, my buddy Jim, from Floozy, the Williams brothers, or Williams family, and
Fuck if I know.
we'll edit this part out.
Yeah.
We went out to Lockport to catch up with a couple of our friends, and one of them, Justin. One of them was wearing a medical gown with no underwear underneath. Had to use the bathroom. Leaped over the camera, and yeah, that
Forgot
was...
the camera was there, actually, and just leaped over it. And yeah, you had to edit that.
Yep. And what's even worse is that when I was editing that one, it was a little while later, I completely forgot about that moment.
You saw that little tattoo he's got, huh?
Ugh. So there was a crotch shot.
There was a crotch shot. I did forget all about that.
Yeah.
So we broke all the rules.
We broke all the rules, every last one, and we hope that you've all enjoyed partaking in our breaking of the rules. I have.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It has been fun.
Mm-hmm. This season is a lot more lax as far as our schedule is concerned.
Yes.
Because we actually get to enjoy our summer.
Woo!
Yay!
As opposed to sitting in your garage sweating our nuts off.
Yeah, in between football games.
Yes.
So.
All right, they're in between. Let's start filming again.
Right. Wait, I hear the ice cream man.
Woo! I miss the ice cream man. I miss you.
Oh.
I don't know if that was proper sign language or NSL, but
Actually,
no, I don't like that.
I'm just saying.
That's Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
No, this is rock on with the thumb. Actually, that's bullshit.
That's with the bull. Get the horn.
That's a legitimate sign. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Well, that's the same way, but like if you're saying it in a conversation, you should be like, there you go.
I'm calling. Wait, no. I'm calling. Bullshit.
Close enough.
NSL. Look it up. Or don't. No, don't look it up. It's highly offensive.
Don't look
Actually, look it up.
No.
It's highly offensive.
Also, Google search the ovipositor if you missed it on the first season.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that.
Feel free to Google search Dino Erotica while you're at it.
I feel like if there was time, there was a mention of an 80s montage.
There's going to be an 80s montage. That's going to happen.
I like it.
We added a lot of stuff to Scott's list.
We did. There's been a lot of Scott list stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of
stripper shoes.
Yeah. Satanic fruits and vegetables.
B. Arthur. Various items that get inserted into various places. Or don't.
Like
however you want to use
blocks.
them. Yeah. Exactly those things.
Exactly like that.
Yep.
Except you can't show up to the key cutter and be like, can you mold my penis to this particular orifice?
Echo!
Carl, what do you say about that?
I don't think you should put your cock in anything, you fat son of a bitch. Man, he's fucking salty tonight. Echo! Please add mold of Dan's penis to my shopping list.
Wow.
Spectacular. Thank you, Echo.
Apparently it doesn't know what spectacular means. It's going to find out
Oh, it sure is.
once UPS drops off that kit.
I really wish I could see Scott's face when he looks at that.
I'm pretty sure he's just going to shake his head in dismay.
Yeah, because he knows he can't do anything about it. He's the one that keeps leaving us in the rooms with these things.
He's the one that invited us.
He
And
did.
gave us keys.
Yep. We're like vampires. He invited us in.
Which is true, except we're not shiny. We're legitimate vampires.
We're real vampires.
Yeah.
We don't have sweet mullets like Michael did in Lost Boys, though.
I don't have hair anymore, so.
I mean, you could try and do something with this.
It's a beard. You really can't party in the front, or business in the front and party in the back.
I don't know, maybe. Get it long enough, you could just sweep it backwards.
No, I'm not doing that.
Dan doesn't love you, everybody. He is not willing to do this for you.
I'm not doing it. That's like the one thing I'm not going to do.
So it turns out, when Meatloaf wrote that song, he was actually writing about Dan's willingness to do things with his beer.
Foreshadowing is what he was doing.
Dan will do anything for love.
But I won't do that.
There you go.
Now I want meatloaf. Motherfucker.
Meatloaf. I like meatloaf. One of them makes a good meatloaf. Paul Godowski.
That is true. We did recently see him on stage in all of his glory.
Yes. I got to catch him actually this past weekend. Got to hang out with him. Corey Hagstrom, who used to front all WNY in Scott's absence. Paul used to be a radio personality with sipping scotch with Scott Jones. Actually, we're actually going to try and get Paul on our show this year. I think that'd be terrific.
Was that just an idea that just happened right now?
It was.
I like it.
Right there. We're going to try and bring Scott Jones back.
Is the banana in your pocket losing its appeal? Not quite as firm and ripe as it once was? Afraid your lady's about to split? Will a capuchin monkey walk away in disgust? Is it about time to consider making nut bread with your mushy fruit? Fear not, it's Bob Paulmana's potassium supplement. Side effects include, but are not limited to, spots on your peel, pale yellow color, loss of erection, opening from the wrong end, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, no blood pressure, unwanted satanic friends, divorce, marriage, polygamous marriage, premature browning, attraction of fruit flies, spontaneous human combustion, feeling of spiritual enlightenment, and finally overwhelming feeling of wanting to add yourself to your favorite breakfast cereal. Bob Paul's potassium supplement. Good for you.
Ran over my own foot with my truck. Just found out that my dog's got AIDS. But I love America. I love America. Acoustic guitars.
Are you ready to get saucy? Well, Friday, August 31st, 2018, all WNY gets a little bit yellower as Yellow Sauce releases its first studio album, The Ballad of Bob Paul. Be one of the very first to own this new album as Yellow Sauce rocks, stamps the bar, 98 Main Street, Tonawanda, New York, 8 p.m. start. Come early and check awesome bands like Don Raw, Janie Crash and the Tall Man, and Axum Priory. All WNY presents Yellow Sauce CD release party. Ages 21 and up with ID and stamps the bar. Friday, August 31st. $5 in advance, $7 day of the show. Contact the bands for ticket details.
We met the wizard on a mountaintop.
If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory, EXHAM PRIORY, Tuesdays every week.
But guys, we know that usually we've got a musical guest, and this week we don't. But that's okay.
Because fuck you, that's why.
What he said. Not what I said. What he said. But what I felt. We don't have a musical guest this week, so we figured we'd just hang out, shoot the shit with all of you. We really do hope that you've been enjoying this season as much as last season, if not a little bit more. The production value has gone up incrementally. A little bit.
Nice word.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a season 2 word.
Ooh.
Not a season 3 word.
Still a season 2 word.
Still a season 2 word. Incrementally. Yes.
Flash it on the screen.
We haven't done any explosions this year.
We haven't. And we're back.
We're back. But wait. Oh, Dan, look out! Explosion!
God damn it. You need to stop eating tacos before we film.
I don't eat tacos before we film. I'm just naturally gassy. I feel like you would understand.
Thank God I'm not a drummer. I don't stand behind you, I stand next to you.
Yeah, that's true.
And with my own fan, so it's just blowing it back at you.
Take it all back.
That's right.
All the farts.
Because to be a prepared stage player is to have your own fan on your rig.
That is to be a prepared stage player. Now, Dan, last season, we discussed safe bass playing.
We did.
Now, I know that it was a very young in its lifeline. Now, how has the science of safe bass playing improved?
Well, you've acquired more stringed instruments.
I have.
Which means that I need to keep my wits about me, about which stringed instrument you are playing, because some of them are pointier than others. So another tip in safe bass playing is stay the fuck away from your singer.
Far away.
Far away.
Far away.
Especially when you're a man built like me who likes to jump around on stage anyways, and you have a gentleman such as yourself.
ADHD.
Yeah, we'll be nice. ADHD. You need to keep your wits about you. Sure footing, I guess, would be the moral of this story.
All right, so another tip in safe bass playing. Now, has anything else evolved beyond that? Or is that really where we're at this point?
You need to also keep in mind the location of your singers or other guitarists' power cord to their pedal board, especially if it's spliced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
Although, not always my fault.
You say so.
I'm going 50-50.
All right. So it's my fault that I have pedals and your fault that you stepped on something and ripped it out of the plug.
Well, I'm going to say it's my fault that you have pedals, because I made you a board.
You did give me that board, and I'm like, ooh, look at all the space.
Yeah, but I'm going to say it's 50% my fault for ripping it out while walking over it, because I didn't know it was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then 50% your fault, because you tend to flail around on stage.
That's not my fault. I can't help it.
No, but it's your fault for unplugging your power.
You're so insensitive.
Okay.
I'm used to that. I'm really used to that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so a couple more advancements in safe bass playing. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Now, lately, have you fixed anything?
Working on a lawnmower.
How's that going?
It's a pain in the ass. I'm waiting on parts.
Could we give it more power?
We could, but I don't want to because it belongs to the old man across the street.
I feel like we could give it more power.
Well, the reason why it's in my garage, other than the fact that that's where it lives temporarily, is because he broke the blade off of it and it shot through the bottom of the mower deck.
Oh.
So I feel like more power is not a good
Tim the Toolman Taylor would be very disappointed.
thing. I did make it go fast.
Somewhere out there, there's a coked up Tim Allen that's not happy with you. You made coked up Tim Allen sad.
I didn't necessarily give it more power, but I made it go faster.
All right, he might be okay with that.
Yeah.
He might feel good about that.
I feel it's like a soft no, not a hard no.
Okay. All right, so Dan has been fixing things. We're not filming them, but...
No, we're not. Because honestly, I don't got the time to film them, and my garage is a shithole right now.
You guys remember the Rust Belt Chop Shop, right? That place where we used to sit and sweat our nuts off in Season 1?
All started with your piece of shit El Camino.
Yeah, I miss the Blue Bomber.
I miss it too.
It was a pretty car.
I'd hate to admit it, but I miss it.
It was a pain in the ass.
It was.
It was a pretty car.
If I had the money, I would have bought it off you.
I know. Keeping it in the family.
I just would have hung it up in the garage.
I like it. I like it a lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to have ourselves a little documentary about aliens. We'll be right back.
I'm sorry?
Aliens Coming for Your Butt, Episode 1. Alien sightings have been seen around the globe as early as yesterday at the very least. Probably a little bit further back than that. Now, I bet you didn't know that aliens have been around for that long. But they've been around since as early as the 90s. Some of you might remember that show, The X-Files. It was all about weird shit. I mean, originally it was about aliens, but it kind of went off and there was Chupacabra in there. I don't know, but still, aliens have been around for a while. You could look back in history and find paintings on fucking walls of caves that depict aliens. Now, there are two general theories about this. These paintings could be eons old and some of the oldest known recordings of human history in some format of writing, or a bunch of jackasses that were on college break went out in the desert, took a whole bunch of peyote, and started just painting shit with mud and leaves and dung. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. At least not that time. The last time that I did peyote out in the desert, I was pretty sure I got picked up by an alien. It turns out, though, that her name was Rhonda, and she took me to the motel a little bit further up the road, chained me to the bed, and stole all of my money. That's a story for a completely different day. Back to aliens. So aliens have been part of our culture since, I don't know, forever. But when it comes to pop media, they've always been all over the silver screen. Back in the 50s, they were invading, trying to take your teenage children away and coerce them into naughty things. In the 70s, they were shooting great big mouth things out of their mouth and just plunging it right through your skull. They were also doing that in the 80s, or at one point, Richard Dreyfuss was playing a giant fucking piano amp. I don't get how that worked out, but it did. There was also some lovable ones. There was this E.T. movie. I want to tell you about it, but honestly, I've fallen asleep every single time I've tried to watch it. I'm not a fan. But aliens have been around forever. Stay tuned for episode 2 of Aliens. They're coming for your butt.
We sure hope you enjoyed that documentary about aliens. Now here's another documentary about the history of the hot dog.
Ha! Yeah, bro. So listen, this here is the history of the hot dog. Now, the hot dog once came about a long, long time ago when somebody was probably eyeballing like a dachshund or something, and they said, you know what? I bet you that food with meat shaped like that would be pretty fucking awesome. So, oh, Jesus Christ, get the hell out of here. No one can understand what the fuck you're saying anyway. Goddamn minions. No! Listen, I'm trying to tell these people about the history of the hot dog. No one can understand what the hell you're saying. Let me do it. Fine, you ain't never nice to me anyway. You're such a son of a bitch. Owe me $5 the bare minimum. If things I seen with Scott Leffler, you owe me more than $5, you son of a bitch. Alright, so, the history of the hot dog. The hot dog has a long, long story behind it. Just like the dog itself. Only it's a little bit more than a foot long. Ta! Yeah, rim shot. Now, the hot dog started many years ago, like my minion was saying, when somebody was eyeing a dachshund. And they said, you know what? I bet you that if we took meat and shaped it like that animal, put it over fire and cooked it, it would be delicious. Now, the term hot dog wasn't really utilized at first. That didn't come about until the late 1960s, shortly after Woodstock occurred. So it was the real late 60s. The word hot dog came from Woodstock. We'll get to that, don't worry. But originally, they were just known as wieners because, their resemblance to something else on a human being. Now, it goes further than that. The people that liked hot dogs, they were known as wiener gobblers. Now, as the years progressed and the proper nomenclature for certain body parts became different, wiener gobblers wasn't really the most socially acceptable. So it happened backstage at Woodstock, while Jerry Garcia was tripping acid with Jimi Hendrix, and Janis Joplin sat back looking on, pounding a whole jug of whiskey. She looked over at Jimmy, sweating his face off, and she said, "You know what?" Reaches over, grabs herself a wiener at the time, takes a bite, and goes, "You're one hot dog, man," and points at him with the wiener. Now, Hendrix, in his off on cloud nine, acid-fueled frenzy, thought that she was talking about the thing in her hand. So he started to refer to them as hot dogs. And moving forward, they've always been known as hot dogs. So the next time you're at the local grocery store or you're at the ballpark grabbing yourself a hot dog, I want you to think of Jimi Hendrix and thank him for it. That is the history of the hot dog.
I don't know, my mixed emotions right now.
I'm torn.
Did you see that foot long in there? Holy crap.
I did see the foot long. It kind of makes me a little happy.
A little happy?
It reminds me of the fair that I just went to, the Niagara County Fair, where I got to pet a kangaroo. Literally got to pet a kangaroo. You paid $10 and you walk into a big fenced-in area and they had 5 little kangaroos and they just walked right up to you and you got to pet them, and I tried to steal several of them and they would not let me.
All of them. You tried to steal all of them.
It was me and just a chain of kangaroos holding hands. But there they had hot dogs. And the title of Scott Leffler's movie that he is currently producing is called Cornholers, which reminded me of corn dogs. So that makes me happy, because they're hot dogs and cornbread on a stick, and who doesn't love that?
That is pretty amazing.
But I'm sad because I really don't want to watch gay porn. Don't have a problem with it. Do what you want to do. I just don't want to see it.
Me either. Not into it. Now, Luke, you remember Luke, right? Luke might be into that. We don't know, though, because he's not here. He's probably somewhere wearing a cowboy hat and sunglasses indoors.
So I guess this is sort of an educated guess.
Let's just go with it's a good probability.
An assumption.
An assumption.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Ooh, that's another good season 2
I was just going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hang on, take them back.
No, I don't want them now. They're sullied.
But so yeah, you went to the fair. So how was that actually?
Disappointing.
Just like that story.
No, it was okay. They had, like I said, the wife and I went because they specifically had kangaroos. That was the reason why we went.
Mm-hmm.
But we enjoyed it. You know, it's a small Niagara County Fair on the outskirts of Lockport, so it's not going to be extravagant like the Erie County Fair or the Syracuse Fair. It was all right for what it was. They had a couple of bands actually playing some decent cover tunes. Not the same old recycled garbage that you normally hear.
You didn't want to hear Mustang Sally?
Did not want to hear Mustang Sally one bit.
Cover bands out there, or all bands out there, no one wants to hear Mustang Sally anymore.
No.
We're tired of it. Stop it.
Do some Thin Lizzy shit.
What he said.
Yeah.
Again. What he said.
Yeah.
Thin Lizzy. Thunder and Lightning. That'd be awesome.
What he said.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd be so happy. I'd be your new fan. You could play Van Halen for the rest of the night, but I will still like you. Not a big Van Halen fan, in case that wasn't apparent.
I'm not either, although Rad Romance's rendition of Jump was kind of fun.
It was.
Are you looking for your next amplifier? Are you trying to redefine your sound? Do you need that piece of equipment to complement your amazing guitar playing? Well, look no further. Bison Electronics has what you need. Look up Bison Electronics online. handmade from the ground up in Buffalo, New York. Are you looking for a place to drop anchor and have a cold one? Come on down to the River Pub, where the drinks are cheap and the atmosphere is good. 6004 Buffalo Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York, where you can hang out inside or enjoy the atmosphere outside on the patio. But also, if you're not just satisfied with a drink, you can grab some grub at the pub, right next door at Submariners.
Where we pride ourselves with amazing quality products with generous portions.
So whether you're looking for food or a drink, follow them on Facebook at the River Pub Niagara, or you can also check out Submariners LaSalle Deli. Stop on in, the River Pub or Submariners, 6004 Buffalo Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York. See you down at the pub.
Dan here again from Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. Today, I want to show you what we just got in. We got ourselves an acoustic guitar. Unlike your big box store that want to sell you B-acoustic and C-acoustic guitars, we specifically sort out acoustic guitars. We want to give you nothing but the best. This particular one's got 6 strings on it, so it's worth about $600. But because we like you and we want your business, we're going to give it to you on sale for $899. That's right, just $899 will get you this acoustic guitar.
Wait a second. No, that's right. Never mind.
That's right.
Yeah. But anywho, so they had the Kangaroos, they had the cover band. They actually had something which was kind of cool. They had a traveling BMX team, still riding the ramps and shit like they do on the X Games. That was kind of cool. Pulled off some really decent tricks on some rickety-looking ramps.
All right.
You know, but I guess it's the oldest traveling BMX showcase team, so that was kind of cool.
That's a thing, huh?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
All right.
But it was cool to watch, you know. And then they had, my wife loves animals. I don't know why, but she does. I like them to a degree, but a cow is a cow is a cow. She wants to go and see all the cows. She almost got peed on by a cow.
All right, I wouldn't be cool with that, but I want to see the cows.
Saw a little itty bitty baby goat.
I mean, that's cute, but I want to see the cows.
A little itty bitty baby piggy.
Again, cute, but I want to see the cows.
Saw a really big piggy that was very angry that he did not get fed first. The noises that pig made.
Again, coming back around to the gay porn with Scott.
Yeah, kind of like that, but a little bit more aggressive.
Ooh, wow. So this is like, these would be sounds from Cornholers 2.
Cornholers 3, The Dark Days.
So we're jumping right over Cornholers 2 then.
Cornholers 2 was a decent thought in general, but production values weren't up there, and the actors weren't really in it. You could tell. It was just a gimmick.
Cornholers 2, Sack and Back.
Yeah. And that just skipped that over.
Yeah, I mean, the whole soundtrack, it's generic rip-offs of AC/DC songs. In case the name wasn't apparent, it's just not good.
Yeah.
It's not, no bueno.
But Cornholers 3, the ending is kind of like the Star Wars argument, you know. The second one, Empire, had a much better ending than Jedi.
It did.
Yeah.
It certainly did.
So Cornholers 3 has a much better ending than Cornholers 2.
I can't wait to not see these things.
Yeah. I'm just part of the spitballing team.
Phrasing, dude.
I know, I forgot we were
Phrasing.
still doing that. I'm in the writer's room. I don't
No,
do
that's
that.
not what you said.
Yeah,
You're spitballing with gay
spitballing
porn.
ideas in the writer's
Just stop. You're digging yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go with what I was going to say right there.
room.
I'm not even going to go with it.
Yeah.
So we've got some big things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the radio in Germany. You know, how you shamelessly plugged it earlier. Now you don't want to talk about that? Why? Listen, the plan. Here's the plan. Scorpions, Exham Priory, the Hoff. I think we could outdo the Hoff.
That's a big thing.
It is a big thing.
Because the Germans love them some Hoff.
Maybe the Germans will love them some Exum Priory.
Do you think they could pronounce it?
All the countries, I think they could. I really think they could.
All right.
Think of how brutal our songs would sound sung in German. So angry.
Hail Goodbye's not an angry song.
So what?
All right. We'll see what happens.
I think it'll be amazing.
Right. So yeah, we're on the radio in Germany.
We are.
And the UK?
Not sure about the UK yet. But we are in United magazines in the United Kingdom. That's kind of crazy.
That's right.
We've been getting album reviews. The album, by the way, from Darker Tides.
Sucks.
Not what he said.
Sorry, I had a whole green jelly moment.
But no, the album from Darker Tides is up all over the internet right now. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Music, or Amazon Music, I think, as well.
Don't look at me, man. I don't know.
I know it's for sale on Amazon, or Google, something.
Amagoogle.
Amagoogle.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yep, that. Amongst other sites. But check out the album, see what people are talking about. Pornhub, it's on Pornhub. I don't know if it's on Pornhub. If it is, I'm sure that,
somebody owes us royalties.
Right. Well, let's be honest. If it's on Pornhub, whatever's going on the screen is probably way more interesting than anything that we're playing.
Well, probably not.
Apparently, you're watching some terrible porn.
There's some terrible porn out there.
Give examples.
70s.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Give other examples. Today on Porn with Dan.
Depends on what you're into, man.
Okay, we're going with terrible porn.
I'm not into terrible porn.
You're into good porn?
Yeah.
So then why were you watching 70s porn?
Because it's on all the fucking porn sites. You gotta scroll through a couple of pieces of shit before you find a good one. It's like looking for DVDs in the Walmart $5 bin.
I guess I'm just out of belief.
I've seen them a bunch of times. Know their faces and what they're gonna say next. It just ruins the story. I like a good love story. Alright, I'm a sucker for a romantic story.
Alright, Dan's a chick.
I didn't say a rom-com. I said a romantic porn.
All I heard, Dan's a chick.
No.
Yes.
No! You gotta have a nice story. It can't be like that bullshit spoof for Pirates of the Caribbean. That was just terrible acting.
Again, I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
want the gold one.
Here you go.
Thanks, friend.
You're welcome. And now, we're Scott Leffler.
Can't see shit. But where's Scott Leffler?
It's fun.
I like him.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Hi, everybody. I run the radio station.
Oh, I think you might have just locked him out.
That's all right.
He'll figure it out.
Yay.
Like, what is the point of that?
I don't know. He's a clever girl.
Like, no. Let's inspect
I can't
these.
see it because I'm not wearing my glasses.
No, let's inspect these.
Hang
Put your
on.
glasses back.
I'm trying to take a picture of this shit, but I can't see my phone. I think that's the camera. This one. That's the one that I want. Oh, good. All right.
Okay, no.
Put that down. Reach up there. See that one? Take it back.
Thank you.
You're
Now,
welcome.
seriously, what is the point of these?
I don't know. It's gone away. I'm sorry, what?
What is the point of this?
So you can walk into a store and still see even though it's dark outside, but you wore your sunglasses at night.
So why do they individually flip up?
Maybe he's a pirate. I don't know.
All right, that tracks.
Pirates got to work too, you know. They buy shit.
Come on down to Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. where you'll find the weirdest shit. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Need a guitar that's caught fire?
They got it.
An instrument, something to shoot on.
We got it.
That guitar looks like it has devil horns.
Got one of those.
Stuffed with green strings.
We got that too.
We know what we're doing.
What's this one do again?
Need a 2-string bass?
Son of a bitch, we got that as well.
Need knobs and dialies?
Not sure what it is, but we got one of those too.
And stickers everywhere.
I mean, I don't know if you want it, but we've got it.
Dan and Nick's used Guitar Emporium. We're completely lost. Are you looking for a photographer to come in and make an excellent look of a photo shoot? Do you need somebody to take pictures for promotional purposes or just because you like your photo taken? Well, now you could be just like Exum Priory. Get a hold of K&D Photography in Buffalo. You can look them up online at facebook.com/KD Photography Buffalo. Look them up online and let them know that Exum Priory sent you on down. K&D Photography for all your photo needs. If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at Exham Priory, EXHAMPRIORY, Tuesdays every week.
Are you ready to get saucy? Well, Friday, August 31st, 2018, all WNY gets a little bit yellower as Yellow Sauce releases its first studio album, The Ballad of Bob Hall. Be one of the very first to own this new album as Yellow Sauce rocks, stamps the bar, 98 Main Street, Tonawanda, New York, 8 p.m. start. Come early and check awesome bands like Don Raw, Jane Crash and the Tall Man, and Exum Priory. All WNY presents Yellow Sauce CD Release Party. Ages 21 and up with ID at Stamps the Bar. Friday, August 31st. $5 in advance, $7 day of the show. Contact the bands for ticket details.
We met the wizard on a mountaintop.
Now for my boy Scott Leffler.
Nick and Dan Show, take 47.
47, that's all?
I mean, we're in the... technically we've had like 30-something episodes at this point.
Fuck.
Wait, no. I think he's right. We're in the 40s.
2 years of my life. Just
Yeah, you had like
break down
20-something last,
24?
and then tonight 16.
Yeah.
In fact, Echo, play All WNY Radio on TuneIn.
There you go. It's on in the background.
It is.
I like it.
Us and our irreverent conversations.
Echo, stop music.
Us and our drunken ramblings.
Oh, speaking
Actually-
of the radio, we're on the radio in Germany.
We are on the radio in Germany.
You were actually in the room when we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were.
But
You
now
were.
we're doing it for the cameras.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well then.
Fair enough.
Right? I don't know.
Actually, speaking of radio, I was talking to Paul Godowski the other day, and we were talking about how we used to sip and scotch with Scat Jones
Uh-huh.
on All WNY. Because he was asking about the show. I'm like, yeah, I kind of ripped off your whole mentality. Sit, get drunk with people, and it turns out to be a radio show.
I think it works.
He was very proud.
It's a good format.
He's very proud.
When I was living in Lockport, I used to have a YouTube show that I called Brewing. And I did it, it was like a 10 to 15 minute bit I did every single day,
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Friday. And it was me sitting in my kitchen, drinking beer, and talking about whatever politics I was interested in that day.
I love this idea.
On the occasion that I needed to not drink beer, I drank coffee. And it still worked, because it was still brewing.
Dang.
Yeah.
I really like that idea.
You could even supplement tea in there.
I could, but I would not.
No.
He doesn't seem like a tea man.
You know what? Like, it's healthy and shit, and I want to like it. I just don't.
That's okay.
I'm not really a tea man, but I enjoy some tea from time to time.
Yeah,
I like tea personally.
I like iced tea. Like Arizona. Like, yeah,
Good stuff.
hook me up with a can of Arizona.
There you
You know, especially they got the big cans, like...
Oh yeah, 99 cents. You can't beat that.
I was at Tops the other day, they were 79 cents.
Yep.
What? I know, right?
You get them at the Res regularly for 89 cents.
Really?
Yeah.
But he
When-
got it for 79 cents. That's better than what you said.
Well, I know that, but it may just be
No.
a special...
Scott's better than you.
Ah!
Fucker.
We used to have the studio... Were either of you guys ever in the studio we had on Kenmore Avenue?
Negative.
No.
So this is going back, I don't know, 10 years or so. And Teddy ran a building on Kenmore Avenue.
Okay.
And he gave us studio space in exchange for advertising. And we painted it all up. I got a huge logo made out of vinyl and just put it right on the wall. There was like stripes on it. It was like a total 80s retro thing. I had a drum set. Had the All West New York logo on the bass drum. Just sit in the corner. Unfortunately, something with the building didn't work out. Things went south, and we had to liquidate some of the assets, including the drum set, because I had no place to put it. So I ended up giving the drum set to Thumb. You remember Thumb?
I do remember Thumb.
Name sounds very familiar.
So when Noah's Ark started, it was Noah and Thumb. And then,
Gotcha.
and then Thumb had his own show. I don't remember what the hell it was called. It's like a metal show. Anyway, but next to that studio was like a generic consumer's beverage,
Okay.
and they had Arizonas in there for like, I think they were like 50 cents at the time or something stupid like that.
Nice.
So,
You know, I like tea though. Occasionally, in between alcohol.
I'm not going to lie, there was so much information in that story, I forgot we were talking about Arizona iced tea.
fair enough. Note to self: keep it simple for Dan.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week, man.
It's okay, Pleasant Air. It's all right.
It's a
We
good
got
thing I know
this.
how to play our songs, because if I had to think, I wouldn't like it.
Sometimes the weeks are longer than others.
Yeah.
There's a girl who works on the first floor here. She's cute. Her name's Janine. And like we cross chat in the halls. Last week it was like Tuesday, and I'm like, "Hey, you doing anything for the weekend?" She looks at me. She's like, "It's Tuesday." I'm like, "Oh, it's been a long week."
It has. No, this was another one in a series of weeks where I woke up on a Thursday morning thinking it was a Friday.
Right.
Didn't so not the case. And then I also have to work before we play our show, so it's an even longer week than it should be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's brutal. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's all right.
So I missed a show Wednesday at the pub.
Just for him.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it
shoot.
was just me.
It's a birthday party.
Yeah, for Andy Rizzolo.
So you were like the stripper.
Obviously.
I baked him into a cake myself.
Nice.
Very warm. Very gooey.
Yep.
Understandable.
Not anything like you'd expect. It was not fun. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, I saw Luke posted, why aren't you at the River Pub? And I'm like, I didn't know I was supposed to be.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised he made it out of his house.
Yeah?
Yeah, he showed up at random. And then we played a song together. I think we did Lost.
Oh, very nice.
I'm like, here, you take the guitar, I'll sing.
I was thinking about it, but no.
It's okay, bud.
If you're around I-beams for a living, your back kind of fucks up every now and then.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do any real work, and, my back still kind of fucks up once in a while.
Like, I know I'm fat, but it's to the point where it takes me 10 minutes to put my socks on in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't-
why you need to hire someone to put your socks on for you.
I would love to. I
I've
thought
done that.
that happened when I bought my wife.
Is that how that transaction worked?
Technically, yeah. I imported her from Canada.
Interesting.
So
I was unawares.
technically, I purchased her.
So can we start calling her Molson Canadian?
Nah,
Imported?
doesn't taste like Molson.
That's not anything I ever needed to know. You're welcome. You can send your hate mail, care of Scott Leffler, 1625 Buffalo Avenue.
Wow, I'm pretty proud of you.
We'll make sure to flash that across the screen in writing for the hearing impaired. Hang on, wait. Send your
Now we're actually going to get hate mail.
hate mail.
This is the thing.
I'm like never-ending escapade to piss everybody off at this rate.
Here's a very large list.
Very large list.
Yep.
Nicaragua,
To quote Eminem, God sent me to piss the world off.
Pretty much.
France, deaf people, the handicapped. Probably a couple of minorities in there at this point.
A few.
Ethiopians,
The Irish.
the Irish. No, I'm just racking them up here.
Understood?
You know, it's like earning credits or something.
Are you looking for a place to drop anchor and have a cold one? Come on down to the River Pub, where the drinks are cheap and the atmosphere is good. 6004 Buffalo Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York, where you can hang out inside or enjoy the atmosphere outside on the patio. But also, if you're not just satisfied with a drink, you can grab some grub at the pub, right next door at Submariners.
Where we pride ourselves with amazing quality products with generous portions.
So whether you're looking for food or a drink, follow them on Facebook at the River Pub Niagara, or you can also check out Submariners LaSalle Deli. Stop on in, the River Pub or Submariners, 6004 Buffalo Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York. See you down at the pub. Are you looking for your next amplifier? Are you trying to redefine your sound? Do you need that piece of equipment to complement your amazing guitar playing? Well, look no further. Bison Electronics has what you need. Look up Bison Electronics online. Handmade from the ground up in Buffalo, New York. This is Nick here from Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. Not heard about us yet? Well, you now have. Come on down where you can find yourself some expertise advice on used musical equipment. The best in industry knowledge.
They'll read pre-scratched on the back too. New strings now. Basses don't need to be restrung.
True professionals at what we do.
In this very rare no-string guitar, I thought the amps were meant for holding beers.
That's where it's caught on fire. It's got character.
Not black.
Come on down. Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium.
So anywho,
We obviously have Scott Leffler in the office with us. I mean, it's his office.
Yes.
So, you know,
it is.
we might as well let you come in every once in a while.
I appreciate that. Actually, it's I've missed you guys. You haven't been here in what seems like forever.
I know, it's been a
while.
bit.
It's actually been nice enjoying our summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been nice being able to use my office.
Yeah.
I can imagine. It's
Um,
a nice office.
Touche, sir.
It's funny because we had you guys using the office on Thursdays and Sundays, and then I was stuck working at the hotel. It was supposed to be 1 day a week, but ended up being like 4 days a week. I never had any time to get any damn work done.
Mm-hmm.
So then I quit working at the hotel, mainly because I don't need it, but also because it was getting in the way. And then you guys stopped being here. I'm like, I got all this free time now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cocaine and
So
hookers.
I've been filming porn on the casting couch. It's been great. So
Is that why I'm sticking to it?
it could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's incredible how difficult it is to find gay porn actors in Niagara Falls.
Well,
You obviously haven't called Dan lately.
no, not what I was thinking. There's a few other names that came to mind. We won't say them, though.
We won't.
No.
Probably
Okay.
best.
You can if you want.
You can write it down for me
got
later.
That list going.
Paul Deister?
Oh, I like the mayor.
I don't hate him as a person. I don't like him as a politician.
Well, as a rule, I don't like politicians. So that's fair
That's a
enough.
good rule to have. Very good rule to have. They're all kind of shady.
Pretty much, yeah.
So there you go. We can chalk politicians up on the list
Very-
too.
well,
People
they
like
were already
myself.
on the list, no doubt.
Yeah, that was just a given. It's automatic at this point.
Pretty much.
But Scott, how have things been going for you? How's all WNY?
All WNY is going great. We got Corey keeping up on the content, thank God. I help in when I can, but for the most part, Corey and McKnight's been keeping the website running.
Nice.
Joe and Ryan have been keeping the radio station plugging along. Were you guys at Warped? Either one of you guys get to make
No,
the
we
Warped?
didn't get to make it out to Warped Tour.
We did the broadcast from the Warped Tour. It was pretty cool. We sponsored the local stage.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. Joe and Ryan have all sorts of, Joe Kent, think so, Joe, and
Right.
Ryan Gurnett from The Struggle Is Real have all these ideas and things they want to do. They're talking about doing other live, broadcasts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Joe promises he's going to hit record on the future ones because apparently we didn't record Warped Tour.
I heard.
Yeah, but you know what? These things happen. I've had it happen. I interviewed Ralph Nader once. Forgot to hit record.
Really?
Damn.
It happens.
What's he like?
He's a pompous windbag.
Okay.
He fits in with the politicians.
All
right.
Actually, Nader's worse than most politicians, I think, because I think most politicians understand their own limits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Nader does.
No.
He really thinks he's important. But it is what it is.
To each their own?
To each their own.
There you go.
So yeah, so the website's plugging along. Our viewership is up like crazy, in large part because of Corey, keeping the website updated. So we're banging away at about 6,500 page views a day right now.
That's amazing.
In addition to the stream that's just always going, which is awesome. I
Mm-hmm.
keep getting submissions of music, which is awesome. Musicians, if you're watching this and you want to submit your own, please do. Submit.allwnyradio.com.
Good try, but nobody watches this.
I checked your numbers earlier. You have some people.
We do.
Yeah.
We've got at least like 20-something odd regular viewers on the YouTube show. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I think your Tuesday show, because I checked that. Sorry, I don't get a chance to watch, nor do I get a chance to listen.
I haven't seen a single thing from this season.
But every Thursday when I upload the show to All Western New York Radio stream, I go to the YouTube to see what it was you guys were talking about, so I can cut and paste that into the podcast description.
Gotcha.
So I went to your YouTube channel earlier, and I think this week's show you had 22. 2 days in, 22's not bad.
Right.
Get that up to 30 by the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, we've, I try. But no, it's been fun being part of the All WNY family.
It really has. It's a huge step up for my cold, drafty garage.
And we're happy to have you. And you know what? It's going to be a huge step up come winter, because that cold, drafty garage really kind of suck in the winter.
Well, if I'm in there working on a car, it's fine because I got a pellet stove.
Right.
But it doesn't bode well for microphones.
No.
It's
Yeah.
a horrible background noise.
Mm-hmm. It'd be like that time we filmed in the van.
Yeah, that time we filmed in the van, which was not a kidnapping.
No, totally not.
I thought we were going back to gay porn.
No.
But no, that was really bad. That audio was awful because it's just a giant tin can on wheels.
That's what I bought
That's
for.
really all it is.
Speaking of, though, we recorded that on the way to Punks in the Yard, and I hear very vague rumors that Mr. Joe Kent might be broadcasting from Punks in the Yard.
I did hear mention of that. So, Scott, do you give your approval of all WNY to go on the road to Allegheny with us?
Allegheny's still Western New York.
You're welcome to come along too.
When is this?
August 25th.
Saturday.
That's a potential. It is a potential.
It's free.
Yeah.
We sit there, we get drunk, we play music, we listen to tunes, and we eat grub.
Not a horrible thing. Is it an overnight thing?
It could be if you pitch a tent.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, dude, I don't want to know what's going on down here while we're there, you know.
It depends on whether or not the gay porn stars are hot.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah.
I'm just going to keep bringing us back there.
Yeah, exactly. You're
You're gonna have to bring that up with Luke and his leather interior. My van's not going this year, so
I can drive.
which we still got to put the trailer hitch on that fucking van.
Yeah, we do.
Did it ever show up?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Remember, it's at Luke's house.
I believe Ted Kennedy put it best when he said, "Hey, I can drive."
There you go.
Perfect. But no, it's a blast. And actually, anybody that's watching, if you guys want to come down and party with us on Saturday, August 25th, we'll be in Allegheny, New York at Punks in the Yard 3. Look it up on Facebook, because it's going to be a drunken blast.
3? Oh, yeah, because we were on 2 last year.
Yes, that's right. Numbers go in succession.
Fun
Sometimes.
with math. Math.
Yeah. Meth.
I mean, maybe that too? No, don't do math.
No,
Don't.
don't. You like your teeth? You like to be able to bite into shit? Don't do meth.
But no, Scott, it's been a lot of fun being here on All WNY this season. It's definitely given us a little bit more to work with. You know, as far as the setup goes, we're able to have a little more fun. This really awesome building.
It really is an awesome building, and I like being. I like being in here because I think for the most part you guys should be able to do everything in here. You don't got to use that empty space up on the 3rd floor anymore.
Right, that
Which
was
was
fun.
kind
though.
of cool.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I still think we should do a pop-up show in that room.
Yeah. See, I like being allowed to stay here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with management.
I don't see it happening.
Future, man.
Yeah.
Always
I
the
don't see
future.
it happening. I will tell you this though. I mean, honestly, like my all Western New York dreams are insane.
Right.
I want to buy a building. Maybe not this building, but I want a building like this. You know, like the Knack. You know, like a variety of other buildings. in
Now
Western
you're
New York.
Catholic.
You know, I want a building for artists and musicians and poets and you know whatever. This building's great and I love it. But you know, I'm paying rent.
Right.
People pay me rent.
There you go.
You know, or at least pay myself rent.
Right.
Because, you know, there's me. Well, just think of the all West New York family. So, myself, Joe, we can both use studios.
Right.
Obviously, I already have one, I already need one. He's working out of his house, which works great for him now. But as he grows, he's going to want something else.
Right.
You know, we've got you guys. We got Ryan. You know, we got Greg. So, just with the all Western New York mainstays, that's 3 bands and 2 recording. You know, 2 voiceover artists.
Right.
You know, we buy a nice building with a, I don't know, $1,000 a month mortgage. We each pitch in $200.
There you go.
We end up owning it instead of paying somebody else. And then maybe we have, you know, a space downstairs where we open a coffee shop. Or, you know, if somebody has a better criminal record than I do, a bar.
Yeah,
Coffee shop.
Coffee shop's more feasible. Yeah, I at least know some of our staff. Coffee shop is more feasible.
And we're not allowed any toothpicks in the finger sandwiches. Sharp objects.
What's up, fuckers? It's Dan from Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. Guess what we just got in? This motherfucker right here. You see this goddamn thing? This is what we like to call an extreme bass. Do you know why we call it an extreme bass? Because it's in the shape of a fucking X. It's so fucking metal. And obviously, I know metal. Like Nickelback and Katy Perry. And for reference, that latest Katy Perry album was fucking bonkers. It'll melt your goddamn face from the inside like a firework. See this thing right here? The headstock is pointy. So when you're in your fucking metal bands, you can impale your enemies. You can put their fucking corpse heads right on the goddamn guitar and play on the fucking stage with their heads on the guitar. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dan, that bass has only got 2 strings. And you're fucking right. Do you want to know why it's only got 2 strings? A, it's rare. B, are you a bass player? Do you want to take your Delta Death, sludgecore, sewer grind, new metal band to new heights? Do you want to take your guitars and your basses and drop them to Q quarter flat? This fucker will do it right here. Because if you're going that low, you need room between the strings to move. Otherwise, they're just going to slap together and sound like shit. Filthy from corn. So, come on down to Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium where we have this rare 2-string bass. Could be yours. And it's fucking extreme.
Are you looking for a photographer to come in and make an excellent look of a photo shoot? Do you need somebody to take pictures for promotional purposes or just because you like your photo taken? Well, now you could be just like Exum Priory. Get a hold of K&D Photography in Buffalo. You can look them up online at facebook.com/KD Photography Buffalo. Look them up online and let them know that Exum Priory sent you on down. K&D Photography for all your photo needs.
Is the banana in your pocket losing its appeal? Not quite as firm and ripe as it once was? Afraid your lady's about to split? Will a capuchin monkey walk away in disgust? Is it about time to consider making nut bread with your mushy fruit? Fear not, it's Bob Paulmana's potassium supplement. Side effects include, but are not limited to, spots on your peel, pale yellow color, loss of erection, opening from the wrong end, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, no blood pressure, unwanted satanic friends, divorce, marriage, polygamous marriage, premature browning, attraction of fruit flies, spontaneous human combustion, feeling of spiritual enlightenment, and finally, overwhelming feeling of wanting to add yourself to your favorite breakfast cereal. Bob Paul's potassium supplement. Good for you.
So yeah, I mean, there's so many things I want to do. You know, that's just one of them. You know, I know that I think it'd be really cool, you know, coffee shop or whatever. It'd be really cool to have our own venue.
That'd be
That
awesome.
would be nice.
You know, so whenever you guys are looking to release another album, you know, boom, it's there.
Right.
You know,
Maybe with a little side room so we could have Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium.
Yeah. I mean, it needs a location.
yeah.
We got
And
lots of stuff.
We do got a lot of shit.
You know, a place for Carl to sleep.
Yep.
Carl doesn't fucking care.
No.
He doesn't care one bit. He's just whatever. Listen, there's no fucking reason you should be talking about me like that. Shut the fuck up, Carl. There's no reason for you to chime in right now. Why you're fucking talking about me? It doesn't matter. Just shut up. You drank all the beer. We had to go buy more beer.
We did.
You know how sad Dan was?
But, I mean, we've left him alone for like 4 months.
Has it really been that long?
That's true.
It was snowing when we were here last.
That's right, you fucking sons of bitches. You left me here with Scott Leffler. Do you know how much gay porn I've watched being filmed in this room?
You got your fuzzy things with you, man.
Yeah, and they didn't want to see that shit either. I still owe them the money from when I first picked them up, and now I owe them more. You have any idea how many times I've watched Scott Leffler masturbate? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. No.
I don't think numbers go that high.
Yeah. I'm fucking scarred right now. I'm scarred. Oh, you'd be more scarred if you knew what was going on in that seat about 50 hours ago. I mean, first of all, 50 hours is a very specific
It is a
number.
very specific thing.
And
But I feel like at that point, any biological thing would have half-lifed themselves by now.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, the nuclear fission.
Yeah.
You know, it wears out.
there's
Nuclear
science
fission,
here.
reverse osmosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Reverse osmosis, regular osmosis.
Yeah.
Um,
Sideways osmosis.
I think it's
evolution.
osmosis, isn't it?
Osmosis.
Could be. No, I think that's what happened when he zigzags.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
First you got a zig, then you got a zag, bob and weave. You know. I think that's osmosis.
Understood.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a scientist. Don't quote me.
So you guys are asking me, what's going on with All West New York, and All West New York is honestly going great. Obviously, we want to do more. We always want to do more. I didn't realize we were going to Allegheny, but cool. Add that to the list.
Yeah.
Joe and Ryan are constantly coming at me with, "Hey, we're going to do this." Okay, cool. Here's a check. But
Are you signing it in crayon?
yeah, pretty much. In red ink. I write all the checks in red ink.
It's gonna put me in the red anyways. Fuck it.
You got to post date them, August 9th, 2081. I make it act like it's an accident. Then the bank says, "Hey," I'm like, "It's
Sorry, man.
60 years early.
Right.
You shouldn't cast that shit."
How dare they?
I know.
It's like guaranteed money.
Apparently that doesn't work, actually.
Savings bonds, I guess. Kind of like the war bonds.
Yeah, it's like that.
Those. Exactly like those.
But, so you guys have been off for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And so now is this like the second half of the second season, or is this season 3?
No, the second half of the second season.
This is a mistake.
Well, clearly.
This was planning, thought out correctly, but by happenstance gone wrong. So, here we are again.
Is that what we're calling this?
Yeah.
So you thought you had enough episodes, and you're like, "Oh shit, we didn't have enough Scott Leffler on camera."
It's just kind of like me. Happy little accidents.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
But no, I mean, we definitely had a lot of footage. I mean, obviously it put us up through the current episode. And then we'd had other people scheduled for filming back then that just either because of weather, scheduling, whatever it might have been, they weren't able to pull through, so we got kind of left short. We had an inkling that was going to be the case even back then, and in the recent weeks. We figured get back at it, get a little bit more filmed, and run it through the end of the season.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Which is about 9 episodes more.
Last time we talked about this, it was 6. Why are you adding numbers?
You just turned it upside down.
Math.
Are there any bands in particular you guys want to get on?
Long Cold Dark, I know, are one of the bands that we definitely want to get on.
And they were going to be on tonight, right? But then I kicked them off.
Yes.
I said, "No, I'm sorry. If you want to use the studio, I will be your guest.
Absolutely.
And whatever guest you are supposed to have can go fuck themselves."
Yeah, they can go fuck
Which is a shame, because I really like them, actually.
No, yeah.
Well, I mean, we had to pay them in 5 cheeseburgers, and I think, what was the other thing we had to give them?
I mean, that dildo that we pulled out of Colonel's
Not
ass.
that, the other thing. French toast, that's what it was. It was 5 cheeseburgers, even though there's only 4 people in the band, but
Right.
it was small, and he likes the food. And French toast, we had to make them French toast.
So who do we give the dildo that we pulled out of Carl's ass?
Shut up! They're not here yet, they don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'll edit that out. You can't use that.
And cut.
Theme of season 2.
Definitely, that's been the theme of season 1 and season 2. You can't use that.
Yeah.
Oh, so much footage.
Except for our good buddy Tom Peters. He just doesn't give a shit.
Nope, yeah, there really wasn't much for editing with that, but we just let it go. He was like, it all stays. Perfect.
Right.
I
That was the,
wow, it was something. That was a conversation, all right.
oh yeah.
I would,
The Long Cold Dark we want to get on. We want to get in Harrison and the Radiators. Which
Love Harrison and the Radiators.
yeah. If they're another band, we're definitely eyeballing.
Man, they've been around for forever.
Yeah,
for
I
a
know.
while. Yeah.
And Wyatt Coyne, we do want to get them in. They were originally supposed to be part of the original filming, but schedules and weather, we weren't able to get them in.
Right.
So we're going to be talking to them.
There was mention of the Dreadnecks, but we don't know what's going on with them right now.
I don't know, they're kind
They
of
don't know what's going on with them right now.
Right.
they're kind of in a little bit of an in-between phase.
Right.
So,
And then we decided that we're going to take these fancy cameras with us wherever we go now. So we'll have little pop-up interviews.
Cool.
Yep.
I like that.
Interesting people.
Indeed.
Word on the street kind of thing. Hey, you, talking to this camera.
Just whatever, just go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So
No gay porn. No!
Oh, well, I feel like that's going to become the theme of the rest of this season.
It's on you, buddy.
I don't want the gay porn on me.
This whole thing was your idea.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I'm just here to make sure you don't get arrested. Or if you do, we go down together.
Thanks, buddy.
You're going to need somebody to protect you on the inside.
Yeah,
And I already look like a Nazi, so... I'm not, but I look like one.
Glad to hear that. The fuck is wrong with you?
Seriously.
No. Just no.
No Nazis. Their uniforms were cool, but that's about it.
What can Brown do for you?
Apparently not much.
Wow. This went way off the rails.
It really did.
I love every moment of
I don't
it.
even feel comfortable anymore.
This is your office.
I feel comfortable talking about gay porn. Nazis make me uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying. See?
You know, we've got things. We're talking to a few people, trying to get a few more things planned for the remainder of the season, and then just trying to figure out what the hell to do during the off season.
Gotcha.
You know, and then season 3.
I got a feeling that we're going to run like a half an episode short, so it's just going to be 30 minutes of Luke going, sup, to camera.
I actually think that's a brilliant idea.
Multiple angles.
Yeah. But multiple angles all on the screen. Actually, just put the two cameras like slightly apart, so you can do it like VR.
We can do
So you split the screen, have both, so it's Luke in VR.
We can do that. And all his different variations of makeup and sunglasses and hat wear.
Hatwear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cowboy hat, the bandana,
Yeah.
the other bandana,
Yeah.
the cowboy hat.
Yeah. The other cowboy hat.
There's 2?
There's 2. He doesn't wear one, but there's 2.
Doesn't he have a top hat too?
Yeah, that's the one he got married in. He looked like the new Willy Wonka with whatever the fuck. Johnny Depp.
Ah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one.
Not a fan. Creepy the fuck out.
I mean, the original movie, the book was creepy as all hell, but yeah, I didn't like the new one.
No. Your thoughts?
I don't like Johnny Depp. It's oversaturated.
If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory. EXHAMPRIORY. Tuesdays every week.
Are you ready to get saucy? Well, Friday, August 31st, 2018, all WNY gets a little bit yellower as Yellow Sauce releases its first studio album, The Ballad of Bob Paul. Be one of the very first to own this new album as Yellow Sauce rocks, stamps the bar, 98 Main Street, Tonawanda, New York, 8 p.m. start. Come early and check awesome bands like Don Raw, Janie Crash and the Tall Man, and Axum Priory. All WNY presents Yellow Sauce CD release party. Ages 21 and up with ID and stamps the bar. Friday, August 31st. $5 in advance, $7 day of the show. Contact the bands for ticket details.
We met the wizard on a mountaintop.
This is Nick here from Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. Have we told you about the professionalism that we show? Come on down, because we ain't like other big box stores.
Do you feel like wanking around at the store for hours and maybe buying a pack of strings? Go right ahead, because unlike the big box stores, we don't fucking give a shit.
We also serve beer at Dan and Nick's Used Emporium.
We care about our customers.
Never mention we know our shit.
Oh, it goes to 12. Stand dog and shoot out a little bit. It's got a little bit of...
We treat everybody professionally.
You obviously don't play rock and roll. Hang on, let's try this out.
And only the best musicians.
You know, I thought that something was out. All right, let's try that again.
You can try it out.
You can even try out the guitars, but if you want to, You gotta wait in line, 'cause we only have one amplifier.
Everybody, I'm sorry. We just sold the last one. But gear is selling quick. So come down to Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium, where we'll hook you up.
I liked Johnny Depp before he was in every movie all the time.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And then, so I don't get, the girls love Johnny Depp. I don't get it.
I don't know either.
He looks like he'd smell kind of funny,
Yeah.
personally. I feel like he kind of reminds me of like Brad Pitt and what was that movie where there was a river and the river runs through it? Was
That
he in
wasn't
that movie?
a movie. That's when they went to go pick up their kid.
Was he in A River Runs Through It? I have no idea.
I don't know. I might just be making all this up. We're not sure. Don't fact check any of this.
Hey,
Alexa. Alexa, who was in A River Runs Through It? Cool. It did, thank you.
So there we go. Brad Pitt was in Rivers Runs Through It.
Hey, Alexa, add naked pictures of Brad Pitt to my shopping list.
All right.
Thank you.
Echo, add naked pictures of Johnny Depp to my shopping list.
I feel like you wouldn't have to shop for
I've added naked pictures of Johnny Depp to your shopping list.
I feel like they would just, they would hand them out to you. You wouldn't have to go seeking them.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah.
Scott's poor shopping list. Let's talk about the many things that we've thrown on your shopping list over the course of this year.
We can. Now I can tell you right now, and I'm about to take a picture of my shopping list because it's on my screen here. But it was fairly normal until just a few minutes ago. But now the shopping list includes naked pictures of Brad Pitt, shredded cheddar, dish detergent, diced tomatoes, corn holders, which is not supposed to be corn holders. Now I don't remember what the hell it was supposed to be. And disinfecting wipes.
So that sounds like your gay porn.
It could be. What the hell was the corn holder supposed to be?
That's obviously Naked Johnny Depp.
Probably not.
Probably the name of the title of the movie that you were going to shoot. Corn holders.
Corn holders.
But Alexa got confused trying to be all, politically correct and shit.
Yeah, the things that we've added to your shopping list, have there been any ones that have stood out or that you truly enjoyed?
No, not that I can think of, but there have been a couple of occasions where, so I know you guys do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes while you're in the studio, I'll be like, hey, what did they add to my shopping list? And I'll look at my phone. Sometimes I forget altogether. And I'll be in a store, and I'll be like, what's on my shopping list? And then it's like, naked pictures of Brad Pitt. I'm like, no!
Oh, you won't!
As you're passing a group of kindergartners on a field trip to the grocery store.
3-headed glass dildo.
There's been some fun things. Actually, right now, what would happen if you have time is we need to montage all that shit.
Yeah, we do.
We need to have an 80s montage.
Ooh, generic 80s music?
Yes.
Now, generic 80s pop music or rock music?
I'm going to challenge you on this, because I know it's probably a thing. 80s K-pop, but you're going to have to search.
Did K-pop exist in the 80s?
It must have on some sort of level.
Alexa, tell me about K-pop. Alright, that didn't help at all.
Thanks, Wikipedia.
Oh, awesome.
WebMD, tell me about gonorrhea. You're going to die.
But no, we've definitely got some plans for the rest of the season. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun being able to interact with everything here. You guys have been really great with, pushing us along. I think that For some reason, I think that Carl wants his own spin-off at some point. You're fucking right, I want my own goddamn spin-off. That all the attention should be right on me. Because I am way better than both of you fucking idiots.
Well, there was that one time where he disappeared on us, and he was in the presidential suite next door,
He was.
trying to run the company that no longer exists.
Listen, the company totally still exists. No, Carl, it's not 1987 anymore.
Carborundum did not publish your books.
You don't know that. Were you around in 87?
Yeah, it was 1 year old.
Then you don't know a fucking thing. You're just a young little whippersnapper. Nobody uses that
Happy
term.
little accident.
Happy little accident your mom should have fucking swallowed.
Ah.
Damn, dude. Damn.
I thought he was going to go somewhere else.
Damn.
Like I seen a Facebook post today of a woman holding a cute little chubby baby up to her face. She was like, "You were almost in my ass." Yeah.
Help me.
I don't.
Scott's like, I have nothing to say here.
Yeah.
Now, Scott, when we're not here, is Carl this rude with you?
Carl is incredibly well behaved when you're not here.
Scott, I told you not to fucking tell them that. Carl, what's wrong with being well behaved? You're a gentleman. You should let everybody know this. Absolutely fucking not. I don't know what Leffler's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I bring in gay prostitutes, and, it keeps them happy.
That's why he's well behaved.
Right.
Now I understand.
In a past life, before he wrote Dino Erotica, he was actually
Dino erotica.
Yeah, he was... How should I put this gently? He was a fluffer for the adult entertainment industry, but only on the homosexual side.
And you don't know about Dino Erotica?
No.
Carl, please enlighten him.
No, let's not. Let's talk about music or
Have you heard
beer.
about? Have you heard about the newest thing on the market right now?
What's that?
The ovipositor.
Oh, no.
The ovipositor?
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. That's mean. That's so mean. He'll never be the same.
Hey Alexa, what is an ovipositor?
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't watch any videos.
All right.
Or do.
No,
It's up to you,
I don't
but
need
I
to.
wouldn't recommend it. You're not gonna have a good time.
You're not gonna have it.
All right. So let's just completely get away from all of this and get back to something normal. So I'm on vacation, right?
You're on vacation.
And I go into this diner, and I'm looking at the menu. And you know what? I like eggs, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I really, really love is waffles.
Yes.
So I'm in this diner, and they've got, like, colored waffles.
All right.
And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Apparently the most popular, and you guys can Google this if you want to, blue waffle. Delicious.
It's like a bad dad joke, man.
Just saying. Yeah.
Now, what's the flavor of? Is it waffle flavored?
It tastes like fish.
And penicillin. Lots and lots of penicillin. Bleach flavored penicillin, actually.
Bleach.
Oh, God.
That's right. You were just on a trip to the Virginia's, actually.
I went to Virginia, yeah.
That was her name.
Yep.
So what did you do in Virginia?
Brunettes mostly.
Ah, very nice. I like your style, sir.
Well played. Well played.
No, so I visited some friends, people I used to work with, stayed at their house. We basically ate and drank and mocked the elderly.
Vacation well spent.
So yeah.
Right.
So they live in Midlothian, which is kind of a suburb of Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there for a couple of days, then went to Virginia Beach for a couple of days. So it was good.
That was a pretty good time.
Flirted with waitresses, just your standard.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do with them?
Exactly.
Pretty much.
And then came back. So decent drive. 10 hours down, 10 hours back. I listen to podcasts mostly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
And I know you've been busy with the voiceover work as well. You said you came back and just buried in work all over again.
Well, I had, before I went, actually, there's a bag next to your box over there.
Phrasing. Are we not?
Are we not doing that anymore?
I thought we were.
All right.
Phrasing.
So it is basically a portable studio. It's
Okay.
it's foam, and you put it together and put a microphone inside of it, and it's supposed to deaden the room, and it does to a degree, but it's not as. Obviously, this room is great because there's no echo whatsoever.
Right.
So obviously, it's not like this. But I was able to work while I was down there.
Mm-hmm.
But just being in a car for 10 hours, I can't tell you the number of emails I get in 10 hours. The number of, things from clients. They're like, hey, I need this. And I got this one client. Love him. And I told him that you're like my brother. The brother I want to punch in the nose. Because you cannot comprehend time. Because I tell this guy all the time. He's a really nice guy. Give me 24 hours. If you need something, tell me 24 hours in advance.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Hey, I need this right away. Can I have this in a couple hours? No, you cannot. I have other clients, other things to do. So, driving back, getting emails, like, hey, I need this, and I'm like, I can't. So,
what do you want me to do? Pull over at a
Right.
stop and set up my portable studio
Right.
in a handicap stall?
And then,
That's how most gay porn starts.
Actually, I think we just got the opening scene for cornholers.
And and I do have people that say, I need something right away. I'm like, okay, it's $50. What? Dude, I got shit to do.
Right.
It's what you want normally costs you $5.
Yeah.
But if you want it right now, it's $50.
All right,
Or you can wait till tomorrow and it's $5.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'll wait till tomorrow. Well,
$50
then,
is going to supplement the money I'm going to lose by
Right.
putting those people on the back burner.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or, so anyway. But, no, the trip to Virginia was great. Glad to be home. Although I did like being away.
Away is nice.
Away is nice.
It is.
So, I'm just back at it, Come back in, everybody's, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Apparently there was no air conditioning the entire time I was gone. So I picked the perfect time to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Right.
I would imagine this room gets very stuffy very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I bet. But now, so for the voiceover work, how do people link up with you to become clients exactly?
I started out on Fiverr, which is just a freelancer, website. It's like Match.com for freelancers, basically.
All right.
I say, hey, this is a service that I provide, and people look it up, and they're like, yeah, here's your rates, and here's what you do, and blah, blah, blah. So I started there, before there, obviously I used to work in radio. I was a production director. Doing commercials was my job. So I started in radio, 15 years ago now? But as for freelancing, I started working on Fiverr, and it just kind of grew and grew and grew. And then one of the stipulations that I had on some of my contracts was, I'm going to cut you a price break in exchange for exposure. Believe it or not, exposure actually does pay the bills. So they had to tag all the videos, audio by Scott Leffler, ScottLeffler.com, and I picked up several clients outside of Fiverr because of that.
Nice.
And one of my typical contract stipulations is, I'll cut you a price break, you do this for me. So, just kind of grown. And really the only reason I started doing voiceovers was my goal was to make $10 a day to pay for this space. Although it wasn't going to be this space, actually, it was going to be a space at the NAC.
All right.
But I missed out on the space at the NAC, ended up getting the space here, and,
That was the original office.
right,
Closet.
right. But the goal was to make $10 a day. And, I definitely do that.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very cool. So if anybody needs any voiceover work, you know how to get a hold of Scott.
ScottLeffler.com. Or allwny.com. And then click on contact. I'm pretty sure I'm in there somewhere.
I mean, it's possible you have something to do with it. At least a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
A wee bit. But no, man, it's been a lot of fun being with the all WNY crew. We look forward to.
We're glad to have you. You know, I'm really glad to have you guys on board.
Sure have. These fancy hats get rocked on stage almost every show we play.
Awesome.
So, notice the sweat stains?
I will tell you this, I have noticed a lot more all West New York paraphernalia out there. T-shirts and hats and, you know, all sorts of other stuff. And then, you know, all the stickers and you name it. So,
right.
The more we get that logo out there, the better.
I agree. Hopefully there's some big things in the future for all WNY, and
I think so.
We'd like to be a part of it.
Actually, I think last show I was all WNY'd out. I had one of Joe's Think So Joe shirts on.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right, the shirt that had no sleeves right after you bought it.
Yeah, I saw that.
It did not have sleeves. It was purchased without sleeves. I didn't cut the sleeves off.
That doesn't seem...
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Okay. It's like the moment that you gave him the money.
You're in downtown Buffalo. If you ask the bar staff in downtown Buffalo, hey, I bought this shirt, I want to cut the sleeves off of it, can I borrow a pair of scissors? They're going to be like, no, you're in downtown Buffalo, you'll stab somebody. I didn't have anything to cut the sleeves off with, therefore the shirt was sold to me without sleeves. Joe Kent, you're wrong. I paid $10 for half a shirt.
Turns out Joe Kent is the greatest shirt salesman ever.
Absolutely.
Oh.
You could sell a cowboy hat.
That's not difficult at all. You should have picked something more difficult.
I just wanted to laugh. I got it. I'm a simple man, Nick. Leonard Skinner. Knew them before they had the Y's in their name. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, yes. This guy's been fun hanging out and talking gay porn with you.
I've been happy to stick around, you know. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Is there anything else that you would like to talk about?
Not really. I'm good. You know, we're going to have some announcements in the future. Keep an eye on allwestnewyork.com, and you'll learn all about them.
So how many shows currently run on allwestnewyorkradio.com?
Well, Monday night is my time slot. I haven't done a show in at least 6 months. I just haven't had time to. Tuesday night, we have The Big Picture with Mike Sargent. Mike talks about photography and a little bit about politics. Mike is our resident right-winger. He's a Trump fan. Wednesday, we've got the Think So Joe show. Thursday, we've got your show. Friday, we have Corey Comments on. And that's just a snippet of a show. It's usually about 10 minutes long, runs at 2 and 5 p.m.
Okay.
And then every 2 weeks or so, we have The Struggle is Real, but that's only on podcast. Okay. So what is that, 6 altogether? Yeah. Including my non-existent show. Eventually I'll get back on, but I've been overwhelmed with, paying jobs.
Right.
Gotta do what I can. But there's room for more, I'm constantly on the lookout for people who want to do something, whether it's music related or not. Obviously, most of our stuff is music related. Mm-hmm. Mike's show's not. Corey is sometimes. Corey talks about music things, but obviously your show, Joe's show, and Ryan's show are very music themed, which is awesome. Works into the format, mm-hmm. But we've got 24 hours a day to program. So if somebody wants to talk about old cars, or somebody wants to talk about, somebody wants a cooking show. I don't know how you would do a cooking show on the radio, but,
There was early talks with him and I and other people about doing like a rock star cooking show.
But yeah, I mean, if
drunken cooking show.
Was it drunken cooking?
Yes, we were going to get drunk and cook up. You made something drunk once, and it was amazing.
All the deep fried grilled cheese.
That.
You got a deep fried grilled cheese drunk?
No, I made it. I see what you did there.
But yeah, so I mean, if somebody wants a show, we're happy to have them. If somebody wants to contribute, with a column or whatnot,
okay,
happy to have that too. So I don't know if you guys noticed, during Shark Week, we had daily
updates from Silly. We saw that.
Yeah. And so she watched all the shows, and then she offered her opinion on them the following day. I thought it was brilliant. I was
great.
happy we could do that.
I like it.
And
I like that a lot.
and we rocked the Shark Week logo. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not.
Yep.
But Michelle Mirabella, MM Design 716, put together a Shark Week logo for us. So that was kind of cool. I'm always trying to change things up as far as the visual goes. So yeah, that was kind of cool. I'm always looking for something new. Bob Confer, who used to write a column for us, took a bit of a hiatus while I wasn't able to pay attention to the site as much as I wanted to. Basically, I just got too busy with work, and before I hired Corey to update the content, it kind of lagged. So Bob said, there's not much point in me writing a column for a website that's not really updating. I completely understood. But he came back, started writing columns for us again about a month ago. My sister actually does a cooking column, and she also had disappeared, and for the same reason as Bob did. I can't blame either one of them. But she just came back, and in fact, her first column was during Shark Week, and it was shark fin soup. It was how to make shark fin soup without actual shark fins. Because, anyway.
Down at Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium, you're only going to get the best deals from shrewd negotiators.
So I'll give you 15% off. Because it is vintage, there's a price tag on that of $50.
I was going to say 15.
15?
Will you take 15?
No deal's too
What
good.
about 25?
About 9.
What if I give you 5 and then you give me 10?
Wait, that ain't right.
Thinking it's got 4 strings, so it's worth like $400. We're open from whenever to whenever.
We have hours?
Beer. What?
We have hours?
I think so.
What are they?
Matt.
Numbers. Time of day.
Letters.
I mean, there's an AM or a PM. Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium, where we don't take it seriously, so why the hell should you? Are you looking for a photographer to come in and make an excellent look of a photo shoot? Do you need somebody to take pictures for promotional purposes, or just because you like your photo taken? Well, now you could be just like Exum Priory. Get a hold of K&D Photography in Buffalo. You can look them up online at facebook.com/KD Photography Buffalo. Look them up online and let them know that Exum Priory sent you on down. K&D Photography for all your photo needs. If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory, EXHAMPRIORY, Tuesdays every week.
Magic.
Yeah. So, we've got all sorts of opportunity. We've got the space. We've got the time.
Nice.
So if somebody wants to contribute, we're happy to have them.
All right, so yeah, some fledgling writers and people looking to get into broadcasting.
Yeah, definitely.
allwny.com, hit up the contact section.
And, if you want to start a show, start a podcast or whatever, dude, all you need is a laptop and maybe a USB microphone.
Right.
But even if you don't have a USB microphone, your laptop microphone can work. It's not going to sound the best.
But that's how we started.
But, you can start off with a super cheap laptop
Mm-hmm.
and just, record your thoughts. Actually, sometimes I know Corey, he records his show on his phone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, right, the only audio we have running right now are just these 2 little sports cameras.
Right.
Because we found that works better than the microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does a real nice job. Realistically, we really haven't spent a whole lot of money on
No, well, I mean, these were initial investments for the bands because GoPros are so goddamn expensive.
ridiculous.
One of these was actually my in-laws. They said, here, film the band, see what happens. You use this, we're not using it. We got it cheap. And I liked it so much that I went out on eBay and bought another one. So these are 2 $40 sports cameras.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they 1080p, fisheye lens. You can do everything with them. I think they record up to like 6 hours of video per memory card.
Something like that.
So and that's all we use.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, when we have, sometimes we'll use the Like there's been a couple of episodes where we've used a laptop shot and the audio from the mixer that we would hook up to that, but it's not like we use a lot of equipment or anything.
But I also have Joe Kent's old Blue Yeti microphone.
Right.
For when we go on the road. So the same thing, you can just hook that right to a laptop.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah, getting into podcasting, you can do it really, really cheap.
You can.
You know,
really can.
Yeah, Blue Yeti, was that like,
it's like $80.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like $107 or something like that. I think I saw one
You
for
can find them
recently.
used for like 60.
Yeah. And the Blue Yeti's a nice mic.
It really is.
You know?
That's actually, I was thinking about getting one, but I didn't know much about microphones at the time. And
Right.
Joe had used it. I was a guest spot on his show several times using that microphone, and I liked how he just set it in the table, and there were 4 of us around the table. You could hear everybody clearly.
Right.
You know, so I like that. But I feel like this, All Western New York, because there is so many musicians and musical people on here, we need like a gear segment. Somebody needs to start talking about gear.
Love it.
We're looking for a gear segment. Anybody that wants to talk gear exclusively?
Not exclusively. That's the beauty of the beauty of All Western New York. Nothing has to be exclusive. Like I said, Mike talks about photography.
Right.
And, you know, so he talks about photo gear.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll just go into a thing about, you know, Donald Trump. Why Donald Trump is great. And I tell him every week, you're wrong, but I love you anyway.
So if you're a gear whore with ADHD,
right,
we're looking for you.
Well, I mean, think of your show. What the fuck is your show even?
We have no idea.
Exactly.
We're not really sure.
We weren't even sure why you wanted us to come here.
We drink beer, we talk to people, and sometimes they talk back, and there's usually a lot of filthy jokes being thrown back and forth.
You were like, come do it on All Western New York Radio. The building's heated. We were like, okay.
We don't have to close the garage door anymore because we can hear the football game from the school across the road.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass. I do miss the ice cream.
Yeah, I bet he misses me too.
I'm pretty sure the ice cream truck met its demise in front of my house. There's a big oil slick on the street. I'm pretty sure it died.
Oh.
Oh, he'll get it fixed. Leo's a good cat.
I never got to say goodbye.
Nah, it'll be back up and running soon.
Tell him I miss him.
I have.
Good.
Speaking of food, I gotta go eat, kids.
Yes. Scott, thank you very much for hanging out with us and shooting the shit. We look forward to having you back again at some point, and that's about that for right now.
All right.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Wow! I'm going to put these back now.
What other fun things does he have in his desk? We haven't been here in like 6 months.
Tokens!
The struggle is real! You can also listen to the Struggle is Real podcast on allwesternnewyorkradio.com.
We have tokens.
Tokens! Those were there before.
Cough drops, pens,
papers,
penny, piece of gum.
Lots of batteries. You broke it.
Box cutter.
Gotta have a box cutter.
Other rotating box cutter. Zippo fluid. Hey, this thing!
The shark thing. You're
Yeah.
gonna shoot me with it, aren't you?
Haven't decided yet. You're a bastard.
You're a bastard.
But folks, we've had a fun run so far this season. We look forward to bringing you more content each and every week leading up to the big season finale, which I don't know when that's actually going to be happening. I think it's in October.
We need to talk to our friend Randy, because he might have an animated thing for the series finale.
And guys, we're working on spin-offs, actually. Dan has something very exciting in the works.
Mustache Man and Beard Boy.
Carl.
Sounds like a gay porn, but it's not. No. No. Although we do ride around in a purple car, so call it what you will.
Right. I mean, Carl, he's got stuff in the works. I know between the Dino Erotica writing and he's trying to work out a show deal with Leffler. I don't know what's been happening while we've been gone these past couple of months, but they seem very close now.
The last I heard, he was trying to get a children's book series, like a pop-up book.
And we don't want to know what was popping up out of those books. I'm afraid.
No, we don't.
I'm afraid for the children.
I feel like he had, like, pocket space. Because he hates kids. I don't know why he wanted to do a children's book.
I think that's why, because he hates kids and wanted to take them all out.
Could be.
It makes sense. Again, it tracks. It does track.
It's got legs. It moves.
But we've had a lot of fun so far. We look forward to having more fun with you guys each and every week. Please continue to tune in. And that's really all we've got for right now.
If you like us, tell your friends. If your friends like us, tell your friends to tell their friends.
And if your friends don't like us, tell them to go to hell.
Kill them.
Kill them all.
Just murder them. Bury them in the backyard. Nobody will ever know.
Guys, make sure if you want to come hang out, we got a lot of shows going on in Buffalo and around New York. We've got this Saturday, the 18th, at Mohawk Place with Green Jelly, or Green Jello, however you want to pronounce it. You can get a hold of us for tickets, no fees. We're going to be down in Allegheny, like we were talking earlier, August 25th. You can come party with us, drink all day. Dan might even bring his famous bag of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Are we going crunchy this time or so creamy?
You can do a mixture of both, and it could be a surprise on which one you grab.
I think that might be just like half the sandwich crunchy, half the sandwich.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. And then also, under the All WNY guys, August 31st at Stamps, where we get to party with Yellow Sauce as they release their first album, the ballad of Bob Paul Nana.
It's about to get saucy.
It's about to get real saucy up in this bitch. Mm-hmm. But guys, until next week, this is Nick.
And I'm Jeff.
And Jeff from the Nick and Dan Show. Have a great night.
Green jelly, green jello, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, sure.
Tomato manslaughter, it checks out.
Stay tuned for a surprise.
Are you ready to get saucy? Well, Friday, August 31st, 2018, All WNY gets a little bit yellower as Yellow Sauce releases its first studio album, The Ballad of Bob Paul. Be one of the very first to own this new album as Yellow Sauce rocks Stamps the Bar, 98 Main Street, Tonawanda, New York, 8 p.m. start. Come early and check awesome bands like Don Raw, Janie Crash and the Tall Man, and Axum Priory. All WNY presents Yellow Sauce CD Release Party. Ages 21 and up with ID at Stamps the Bar. Friday, August 31st. $5 in advance, $7 day of the show. Contact the bands for ticket details.
We met the wizard on a mountaintop.
If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory, EXHAM PRIORY, Tuesdays every week.
Dan here from Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. Today, we just got in this vintage mandolin. I'm not exactly sure what differentiates a female from a male mandolin, but this one in particular is a male. I know that because it told me, aggressively, and then showed me. So if you're on the market to get a dolin, come on down to Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium, where you can pick yourself up a mandolin. Currently out of stock of female dolins, though, but we do have this one in particular. See you down here.
Now, never before aired Axum Priory. And now, bass players not playing bass.
That's all you get.
By your
Bye.